God doesn't want you to disappear for 1 year or 6 months so that you can grind. That's a common self-improvement trend, to disappear, to isolate yourself, and then come back better than ever to shock the world. But in Proverbs chapter 18, it says, "A man who isolates himself seeks his own desire. He rages against all wise judgment." Simply put, us isolating ourselves is selfish. We're putting us first over everybody else. We're putting us first over God. I used to follow that trend heavy. Every time I would fall off course, every time I would sin, I would isolate myself from everyone, including God, because of the guilt I had. Because I knew I could be doing more, because I wanted more, because I knew that I was destined to be great. And that me setting myself back in whatever I do, whenever I sin, was a disgrace to me and God. And so that I have to make it up for God and for everyone who believed in me, I have to do that myself. I have to make it up for myself, by myself. But I realized that every time I would do that, I always felt lonely. I always felt like the world was on my shoulders the moment I isolated myself, the moment I took matters into my own hands. And that's because that was the reality. It felt like the whole weight of the world was on my shoulders and I was just lifting this heavy burden of my sins, of everything by myself. And all of that was because I was selfish, when all of this weight could have been on God's hands. You don't wait to be cleaned in order to have a shower. You go into the shower so that you can get cleaned. Same concept applies with God. God doesn't want us to get clean first in order to repent to Him, or in order to make these changes for ourselves, or to change other people's lives. He wants us to go to Him so that He can give us the strength to work on ourselves, to follow the path that God has called us to be in. The question that I want to leave you with is, what purpose would God serve in the world if we were to do everything ourselves? What would be the point in believing in Him, in serving Him, if we had the power to do everything ourselves? God knows us more than we know ourselves. That means if we wanted to know more details about ourselves and make the best use of who we are and what we already have, why wouldn't we look at the one who created us, the one who knows us inside out and created us from scratch?